So I want you guys to know, when you give me advice in the comment section, I do listen. But apparently I can't read when I actually go to a website. So I went on Michael's and I wanted to order some of the Sweet Snuggles Light because you guys all said it was very similar to Premier Parfait Chunky in size. So I have a little yarn haul to show you. Now, as far as the Sweet Snuggles Light goes, I placed an order and I ordered enough. It was on sale, $6.99, and I ordered enough to get free shipping. We all love free shipping, right? So the first thing that showed up was this color here. And this is silver. And it is the Sweet Snuggles Light. This came all by itself in one package. Then another package came and it had 3 in it. And I was like, what's going on? I made the mistake and ordered Chenille Home Slim. So I'm still going to use it because, you know, why not? So this came in the color of, if I can find it, this one is Seed Pearl. In that same package came Mustard, and it is also the Home Slim. And then in that same package came this pink color, and it is called Barley Pink, and it is a Sweet Snuggles Light. So I have 2 Sweet Snuggles Lights and some Home Slims so far. Then my next package finally shows up. Now when they do this and they're giving you free shipping, for them to split it up over 3 deliveries, that's insane. They are losing money. They need to like get their act together. So in the last package came 2 things of Sweet Snuggles Light in Coral. And then Home Slim again, white. And it was white I wanted to get in the other, but I obviously can't read. That or Michael's doesn't do a very good job at separating out the types. I'm not sure. Then I also got Sand, which is a very nice tan color, which I've already gotten into. And Java, which is a very dark brown. It almost looks black on camera, which I have already gotten into. And Agave, beautiful shade of green. Looks much nicer in person than it does on camera. And I have already gotten into this. Now I can tell you so far, this is like jumping from Parfait Chunky to Bernat size-wise for your plushie, but it feels just as nice as working with the Parfait Chunky. My biggest disappointment, other than the fact that I can't read, was the Java. Even when it was still wrapped up, you could see that there were multiple ends showing. So I don't know how many more pieces this is in. And the one that I did come across that was cut might have been, oh, I don't know, maybe a yard long. And I was able to use it, but it was still the point that it was cut. So then I was still waiting. I told you I needed to get the 15 millimeter by 13 millimeter nose to work on my cat. Well, that finally came in. So I had to wait for Premier to get the yarn to finish my cat because, you know, you get down to 6 rounds and you run out because why not? So I got my order in today. And, you know, all day today, I thought it was Thursday and it's Friday. What the heck? So I got the rose color to finish the cat. my noses came in, so I have that. And then I also got in some mustard because I was low on that. I don't know, it feels really thin. Hopefully that's just from it being compressed in the shipping envelope. I hope it fluffs up a little because that really does feel thin. I hope it's not like that white. I was super hesitant about ordering. And then I was almost out of teddy bear, so I ordered a couple of teddy bear, which to me, this color looks much lighter than my other teddy bear color. We'll see. So, got the yarn. I'm still waiting on one more shipment of yarn so I can get back on my temperature blanket. I got the noses in, and then I had wanted to, for that deer pattern that I purchased, I wanted to be able to use the eyelashes. And the videos that I was able to find on it, they all used what they called a, what was it? Trapezoid eye, which just meant that, let me get one here. It has a thick side. Can you see that? Versus it just being the curve and then it's flat. So it has that thicker side, but it also comes with a different kind of back. Hopefully I'm going to be able to snap these on. I might have to buy a tool. But from the videos I watched, you glue the eyelashes to the side of it here. And it's got the little glitter things that you slide on to give it the eye color. So I'll get to test these out. And I'm going to try it on the deer. And we'll see how that goes. Hopefully I'm going to be able to do this. Then last week I showed you my, very sad looking panda bear. I showed you guys this panda a while back, and it's like head and neck look weird. And I was saying that the pattern didn't say whether or not to sew close the head or the neck or anything like that. So after these, and I'm looking at this sad little creature, I'm definitely taking his head off. I'm gonna pull out the Hobby Lobby stuffing and restuff it with the regular polyfill. Because like even his nose, it's not shaping right. And I know it's that polyfill. And then I'm gonna sew the head closed. And after doing these heads on these other creatures, I have a good idea of how to make it come out right. And see if this sad little panda can't become a cute little panda. And I told you that I had learned enough from these new patterns that I thought I was going to be able to fix my panda. So I cut his head off, I gutted him, I restuffed him, re-sewed on his head, and he looks like 100% better. He's got some shape to him. You don't see the stitches like you did on the other way it was done for his attaching his head. But he looks like a lot better. So I think I'm still going to look for another pattern because I would like there to be more black. And because, when you change the colors with this, you get that little bleed through with the colors. So I would like a little more black so that the bleed through doesn't like take up all of the black. But I think that this makes him look a whole lot better. And he is done in Bernat blanket. So, and he's still kind of small with the Bernat. So he'd be really tiny with the Parfait. Well, and then I showed you the monkey last week and I realized I wasn't finished with her. And I told you I'd taken her face, like the eyebrows and stuff like that off because she just looked like mean, kind of like, I don't know, just mean looking. But I forgot to do her hair and her hair bow. I'm like, how could I have done that? So I added her hair and her hair bow. So she's got the little tuft of hair, made her a little bow, and I think I'm going to leave the eyebrows and stuff off because she just, you know, looks cuter this way. And so what did I use the chenille home slim on, you ask? Well, I'm about to tell you. I decided to make another monkey. And this time I wanted it to look like a little boy monkey. So I used the Java and I used the sand and the agave. And here he is. Now, the pattern didn't tell you like how to do the shirt. And so I just kind of did it on my own. I was thinking I could just follow the dressing and then leave the ruffle off, but I wanted it raised up a little higher so it was shorter. So I didn't put my front loop in the right spot. So he didn't get the little trim piece that I wanted because then the dark brown would have shown through. You know, because we learn by trial and error. So the next one that I do, his front loops will be showing up a little bit higher so that I can put the trim on and not have that brown show through. So this is what I mean when I say it's kind of like size-wise using the Bernat blanket, because look at how much bigger he is than she is. Now he did get his little eyebrows and his eyelids, and I thought that they looked okay, so I left it like it was. So he'll get to keep his. I'm not going to put the hair on him. I don't think he needs hair. But it was easy to work with this. It was real easy to work with this yarn, so I did like it. Even though when I ordered it, it wasn't what I thought it was going to be. I used the 5.5 millimeter hook on him, and I think with this yarn, I could have got away with the 6, which would have made him just a little bit bigger. But I think I wouldn't have had any holes if I would have used the 6 millimeter versus the 5.5 millimeter. And then, along with the deer that I haven't made yet, and the cat that I haven't finished because I was waiting on all the parts I needed, I want to have some Christmas items for my market. So I bought another Christmas pattern. And this one actually took me a couple of days to do. It is big. Okay, so it is big. And the pattern, like the font was written in like a script style font, you know, to try and make it look fancy, but it made it hard to read. And then, I mean, I was able to figure it out, but there was a lot of trial and error in it. More trial than error, but it was just like, read it again, and then read it again. Make sure you understand what the directions were. But I made a snowman, and I think he is just adorable. Now, I do need to sew his hat on him because it doesn't stay on his head. It wants to fall off all the time. But look at this guy. He is really big, like sitting on my shoulder next to my big old head. But he's just so cute. Look at that face. And it's parfait chunky, so I can't even imagine how big this would be if I used the Home Slim White. But I don't have a red, and I don't have an orange. I have a green, not necessarily the right color green. But if I used even the Bernat, which, again, I wouldn't have the colors for, but if I used that size yarn, this guy would just be super ginormous. But he's so darn cute. So I'm gonna sew his hat on because it just falls right off. But yeah, so parfait chunky with the 5mm hook. And the eyes are bigger than what the pattern said, but I was using a hook size bigger than the pattern said. So we just went with it. You know, I used what I had. These are 28mm eyes. And yeah, he took a couple of days. And my new friend, Crafty Sue, gave me some buttons so that I'd have some buttons to put on him. And I think he is adorable. And I think he's going to be expensive. But what can you do? So, yeah. And he will sit on a shelf with his legs dangling off. You know, he does sit. Like, that's how I've had him sitting the last couple of days, because I thought it was Thursday and today's Friday. What is wrong with me? Everything is thrown off. So, but yeah, he can, like, somebody could display this on their mantle, on the edge of their dresser, on a shelf on the wall, and he would just dangle off. Now, the pattern does say you can put wire in the arms, but I didn't do that because I was worried, you know, kids, and next thing you know, they'd be poking the wire through and it would be damaging it. But like, he's got a little thumb. His feet have a nice shape to it. Got that little sideways smile. Yeah, so I like him. And if he doesn't sell, it won't hurt my feelings because I like him. I can keep him. That's all I made. I did repairs. I made a monkey. I made the snowman. We did surgery on the panda. That's it. That's all I was able to get done this week. Tuesday, I was out of the house and waiting on stuff to get here. And I guess, but yeah, that's all I accomplished this week since last time I was here. And I'm not sure when that was. I think over the weekend. But yeah, so I 2 items, surgery and polishing up the little girl. So yeah, there would definitely have to be a price difference in these because of the size. So hopefully next time my cat will be finished. I'm sure the cat will be finished. And hopefully I'll have the deer or 2, depending on how difficult it is. And I don't know, maybe I can make another dragon too. We'll see how much I can get done because, you know, life. And definitely I want to do the deers because I need some Christmas items. So I have one. And the clock is ticking. All right, that's all I have for you today. And this little girl right here is telling you to head on over to this next video over here. And we'll see you over there.